What's up YouTube, Fallout Freak here, and I'm back with another locations video, and we are circling around. This is going to be a Fallout 3 locations video, and after this one we're going to get back to another Fallout 4 location. But the location that I'm going to be talking about from Fallout 3 today is Megaton. Believe it or not, this is the inspiration behind Metal Wall Town from my book Doomsday. So without further ado, this is kind of a long article, so I'm going to get right into it. So here we go. Megaton is a fortified settlement in the Commonwealth Wasteland in 2277. This shanty town is built around a crater with an undetoned Megaton-class atom bomb at its center, after which the town is named. The town of Megaton is protected by large metal walls made from various scavenged materials, primarily the scraps of old pre-war airplanes, which were assembled and reforged together several decades ago by the founders of Megaton in an effort to make the town safer. With 28 named inhabitants, 10 unnamed Megaton settlers, and 4 children of the Atom, which is the faction of this town, by the way, it is surpassed only by Rivet City in terms of population. Background. Beginnings. Megaton's crater was first settled by a large group of people who either worshipped the undetoned bomb or sought shelter in Vault 101, but was denied access because the vault dwellers were not allowed to leave or let anyone in as part of the vault's experiment. Locked out of the vault, the settlers, including Mania Vargas's grandfather, simply settled into the crater for protection against dust storms. After the storms died down, some people began to wander the wastes, but would return to the crater to trade their scavenged goods. A generation later, the crater had turned into a full-on trade hub. Vargas's father became wealthy on these caravan routes and eventually convinced others to build the scrap metal wall surrounding the town to repel raiders. Construction on the wall started in 2241. Early that year, raiders attacked the town, resulting in the death of 14-year-old Colin Moriarty's father. After the raid, Moriarty inherited his father's wealth and his bar, Moriarty's Saloon. Over the course of a couple of months, the residents of the town built the walls out of necessity. Aircraft debris from an air station a few miles from the crater was the only material that remained and was readily available. The bomb in the center of the crater remained there. When the wall was being erected, the settlement needed as much manpower as it could get, and removing the bomb would have upset those that worshipped it, pushing them away. This is not to say a lot of other people felt it was best to not disturb it. It was not hurting anything, and it could have adverse effects if transferred to another location. Present day. In 2277, space is limited in the town, forcing many residents to live in the Common House, a building that would usually be reserved for meetings and voting. Lucas Sims is the self-appointed town sheriff and does not hesitate to throw anyone out if they cause trouble. On the subject of trouble, Colin Moriarty runs the town saloon and has a less than decent reputation, keeping the drunks drunk and his employees in servitude. Moriarty has a line on everything that happens in Megaton, and it all eventually gets back to him. In early 2277, a gang of raiders occupied nearby Springvale Elementary School, intending to tunnel from the school basement into Vault 101. A group led by Boppo staged a raid on Megaton, but the attack was foiled when Boppo was shot in the head and killed by Lucas Sims. The raiders did not leave the area, though, choosing to remain at the Springvale School in order to dig a tunnel into Vault 101. Their mining operations stopped when they opened a nest of giant ants. The same year, Vault 101 would open, and the Lone Wanderer would stop in Megaton in search of their father, James, who himself who himself earlier had come through the town during his own exodus. During their time here, the lone wanderer would meet Moira Brown and start working with her to write the Wasteland Survival Guide. Layout. The city of Megaton has been built in a steep, walled crater around an undetoned atomic bomb which rests in a small pond of radioactive water at the bottom of the depression. This gives the city two roughly circular levels centered on the bomb. The main gate consists of two old aircraft wings and is powered by a jet engine which can be opened and closed to protect the town's only entrance and exit. Following the entry path to the bottom of the depression, the Megaton Clinic will be on the right and the Brass Lantern on the left. Just past the bomb to the right is the Children of Adam building, and past it to the left lies Mr. Burke's house. Confessor Cromwell will be found here standing in the puddle and sermonizing to random Megaton settlers. Turning right immediately upon entering and following the lip of the crater counterclockwise will lead past Lucas Sims' house, around the water processing plant, down to Craterside Supply, then back up to the men's restroom, Moriarty's saloon, and Billy Krell's house. Going down the ramp from there will lead around Nathan and Manya's house, a blue bus, and to the women's restroom. Craterside Supply can be easily reached by taking the ramp directly to the right of the Megaton Clinic. Turning left instead of right at the upper lip will lead to a locked house, which is a reward from Lucas Sims for deactivating the central atomic bomb, and will subsequently be renamed My Megaton House, followed by Jericho's house. From there, going down will lead to Lucy West's house, while going around to the left will lead to the end of the right-hand path. The Megaton Armory, only accessible by either picking the very hard lock or with Lucas Sims' key, can be reached by going up the ramp and around the Church of the Children of Adam to the right, or by going down the hill starting from the back door of Moriarty's saloon. Inside the player character will face a strong opponent, Deputy Steele, a unique Mr. Gutsy. The common house can be reached by going around the women's restroom to the right or passing behind Moriarty's saloon, rather than going around the front past the entrance to the men's restroom. Just look for the couch sitting outside. In front of the city, outside the walls, is a caravan stop, Mickey the Water Beggar, and Deputy Weld. Behind the city, near the southwest corner, between a group of 3 scorched trees, is the hollowed-out rock. So that is a layout and a background and a bit of what Megaton is all about. So I'm going to get to a picture of Megaton, and I will switch my screen from my webcam to my desktop, and I hope you all can see that. So that is Megaton, and here's the engine right here that they were talking about, right there. And these are the wings from the airplane. I guess the right wing and the left wing, I don't know. But you can see how far back it goes. Like, see where my arrow is? This is how far back it goes. It goes all the way around. I think it circles around. And here's the right wall right here. And like I said before, here's the left wall. And somewhere around the center, if you get a good look inside, is the bomb. Now is this a map right here? If it loads, you know what? I don't think it's going to load. Okay, but you know, you got a good look at what Megaton is like on the outside. So yeah, that's Megaton right there, and that is my I guess inspiration behind Metal Wall Town for my book Doomsday. And that is my my Fallout locations video to today. I hope you all liked this location, but until my next location video, you must always remember that war never changes.